Business loan brokers make a lot of money by helping business owners get access to things like business credit loans and credit lines. But here's what I think is the most interesting. Loan brokers, a lot of them are making money doing this as a side business. They're a business that's selling other things to their business owner clients. And then they realize that by helping those clients get access to financing, they can sell more of their primary service and then make money on the business credit and financing they're helping their clients get. This is what loan brokers do. Loan brokers are helping solve a huge problem of a business owner trying to get money and not able to do it. Loan brokers are the ones that close that gap. And whether you're considering doing this as a primary business or just adding it as a secondary business, it can be very lucrative if you know the things that we're going to talk about during today's training. So today we're going to talk about the easy path to being a loan broker. We're just going to have a discussion about what loan brokers are, what they do, how they do it, how they make money, and just at least plant a seed for you to think about, does it make sense for you to maybe consider offering business credit financing to your customers? Maybe it's not even your primary business. Maybe it's something you're doing as a bolt-on, like a lot of partners that we've worked with in the past do, to just create a significant secondary income stream. Maybe it is so significant it becomes your primary income stream. I don't know. But what I want to do today is teach you everything you need to know about easily getting into the field of being a loan broker so you can help solve a big problem that your prospects and clients have and have the potential to create a very lucrative income stream at exactly the same time. So we got a lot to cover. Let's dive in. So first of all, what is a loan broker? So if you're more than likely familiar with a mortgage broker, right? And if we look at it, a loan broker is very, very much the same. It just deals with the commercial loan space. So I owned a mortgage company. Let me give you the breakdown. Okay, you can go to a bank to get a loan, or you can go to a loan broker to get a loan. Now, the difference is that loan brokers are dealing a lot with the banks, and they're sending so many deals to these banks that these banks are usually typically giving them better pricing that they can then pass on to the customers. So in my experience, you can usually use a loan broker and get better terms on the financing than going to the bank direct. It doesn't matter if it's a mortgage, doesn't matter if it's a commercial loan. So loan brokers ultimately are the ones that work and are the gap between, or are the link between, the borrower and the actual lender. Okay, they're the ones that work with the borrower to understand their needs, get their application, get their documents, and then say, based on everything I'm looking at, what you're trying to accomplish, here's the best path to go. Then they're the ones that actually get that deal sent to the lender and then negotiate the terms to get that borrower what they're ultimately looking for. Now, don't worry, it might seem overwhelming. I'm going to talk to you about a clear path today where you don't have to deal with a lot of that stuff, but I just want to give you an overview of what loan brokers do. By the way, Mike, thanks for coming in and saying hi from St. Louis. Quentin is in the house from Atlanta as well. We've got Texas in the house. VJ's in the house from Virginia Beach. Thanks, everybody, for saying hi. And Ascending Day Trader, good afternoon. Watching from Louisiana. Thanks for coming in. And Kevin, thanks for coming in from SMB Fundability and Capital in Texas. I appreciate everybody coming in and saying hi. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Loan brokers. What business loan brokers do is they ultimately help a business owner secure a loan or a credit line. Let's just say secure a kind of financing. When I talk about business financing, it usually includes business loans, business credit lines, and business credit, like business credit cards. So what a loan broker does is a loan broker takes a borrower who wants money, and they're basically able to assess what that person may be able to get. They're able to tell that person what they may be able to get, explain loan products, get the documentation, work with the lender to get the deal done, and then make sure that the funds actually go into the business owner's account. That's ultimately what the position does. Now, why would you be a loan broker? Well, because there's about 600,000 new businesses that start in the United States every single month. There's like 20 something, between 20 and 30 small businesses in the United States at any given time. And one thing that almost all of them have in common is they need access to credit and financing as they start, launch, and grow the business. So you're doing everything a venture capitalist would love you to do. You're dealing with a mass market of business owners. You're dealing with a significant need that most of them have. Okay, the other thing is that this can be extremely lucrative. And what I mean by that is that we've helped about 10,000 get into the space of loan broker. And I can tell you that on average, they are making between $2,000 and $3,000 on every deal they are doing. Now, sometimes that's front-end commissions, back-end commissions. We'll talk about both. But ultimately, that's how lucrative it could be. So you could think about that if you're already in business, talking to business owners anyways, and they already need capital, and you're solving one problem, it's pretty easy to go to them and go, hey, by the way, you need help with this, money for your business. And they're like, yeah. And then they trust you, know you, like you already. Then you help them and you add an extra $2,000 to that transaction, right? That's money that you're making. It's an increase of the lifetime value of the customer to you. But then from their standpoint, you solve the whole other problem that they might not have even come to you originally for. Maybe they came to you for accounting services or credit repair or whatever it is. Now, all of a sudden, they're walking away with a $50,000 loan. And the benefit of that is pretty significant. And that's one of the biggest things I love about the space is that you're making a huge difference in business owners' lives. And at exactly the same time, you're making a tremendous amount of money. So you're creating a huge revenue stream for your business. And at the same time, you're able to actually come in and be able to help somebody else as well. Okay. And I'm trying to look because actually I just had a buddy of mine that came in and added something similar. But I want to read this text to you because it meant a lot. So I want to give you an example. This is what my life is like, right? And this is my buddy Marvin, and he just texted me this long text. I actually just scrolled down, but I'll give you an idea of what being a loan broker is like, because this is a perfect example that can actually translate to your business. So this is one of my buddies, Marvin, and he needed some help with short-term capital, and we helped him. He needed $50,000, okay? Here was the end result. He said, hey, Ty, I just wanted to say thank you for the help with this loan. Honestly, saved the company big time from a runway perspective. We got approved for $200K yesterday, exclamation point. Working through the rest of the docs now and should have money in the account by Friday. I owe you big time, brother. So happy to have people like you in my corner. I was effing, can't say that on YouTube. I was effing stressing out. Haven't left the house in like 3 weeks other than to walk the dog, right? So this is the kind of text that I'm getting on a regular basis from people I help. It's extremely rewarding. This is somebody that I made a huge difference in his life. But at the same time, that $200,000, to give you an idea of what that could pay you, that could pay you somewhere upwards of $5,000, $10,000 on that one deal. So you have somebody who's so grateful for the help you provide and massive income or I should say revenue potential for you at exactly the same time. Okay, so how do we do this easily? Now that you have an idea of what loan brokers do. So first of all, training and licensing. It depends on where you are. Now, Credit Suite, we have a partner program where you don't have to worry about any of that. We're the ones that place the deal, so we handle all the licensing for you. If you are doing this on your own without using a company like Credit Suite to do it through, then just know that the licensing is based on state by state. Every state has its own licensing requirements. As of training, the training that you're going to want is you're going to want to get an idea of the different types of funding products that are out there. If you go and follow us on YouTube, our YouTube channel alone has a lot of training about the different funding products out there. We've got a whole playlist that's just designed to loan brokers to introduce loan brokers to the type of actual funding that you can offer customers. We talk about the 3 C's and how you can easily qualify somebody based on cash flow, based on credit, based on collateral as well. So it'll give you a good overview of the funding. Now, what I find is that a lot of people then start to specialize in one type of funding that they really like to and gravitate to. One of my buddies, actually, he was a partner of ours. He went and became an expert in SBA loans. That's what he loves to do, and that is his niche. He does SBA loans. I've got others that all they do is commercial real estate loans. Now they left, and that's what they want to do is commercial real estate. A lot of people are dealing with credit card stacking, and that's mainly what they want to do is offer credit card stacking. Some are in the merchant cash advance and revenue lending, extremely lucrative. It's fast money for customers. It's easy money for customers. It pays really, really, really well. So what you're typically going to find is that once you get in and start investigating this space and start helping people, you're more than likely going to want to gravitate towards one way or another to kind of determine the type of product that you may have. And by the way, I'm going to pull this up on the screen, and this is something you could scan to get a little bit more input. I don't even know where it takes you. Somebody scan this and tell me where it takes you. But this is actually take you to a point where you could just learn more about making money as an actual loan broker. So there's a couple different types of loan brokers. There's a generalized ones that focus on every kind of funding a business owner can get. And then there's ones that are specialized that focus on an SBA loan, revenue lending, credit card stacking. You are going to ultimately choose what you want to do. Now, the benefits, as we already talked about, high income potential, flexibility. Unlike being a mortgage broker, I had to work in evenings. I had to work on weekends. But being a loan broker, you don't get a lot of those calls. You're typically working normal hours during the day. That's when you're usually dealing with a lot of your business owner clients. So another big benefit. And you don't need a bunch of money. You can get started as a loan broker with little to no money out of your pocket. Get in, get relationships with a few lenders, and then actually get in there and start taking action right away. As a matter of fact, if you keep an eye out in January and you follow us, we are having a business loan broker challenge. And in January, we'll teach you everything you need to know about being a loan broker. We have the lenders come in, introduce you to the lenders, help you get the lender relationships, teach you how to qualify people, everything you need to know. So that'll give you a step-by-step and help you in the training department as well. But it's flexible for you. You're selling something that has mass market appeal. This is something that people want. It has high income potential. So all of these things are reasons you'd probably want to consider it. Now, what are the steps? So first of all, start thinking about and getting general knowledge of training. And you can do that with our YouTube channel or anywhere else you find information on Loan Broker. You'll probably find our YouTube channel is the biggest source out there. Next, you want to start thinking, do you want to be general or do you want to be specific? Look, we're one of the only companies that deals with every legitimate type of funding out there. The problem with that is that it takes massive amounts of knowledge to learn all the funding products out there. You might not. You might just want to start with credit card stacking, maybe just start with revenue lending, maybe just start with SBA. The reason I'm suggesting these three is these three probably account for 85% or more of all funding you would help a client with. There's a lot of different types of funding out there, but 85% who you probably deal with are going to be in one of those three areas: revenue lending, SBA loans, or credit card stacking. If you're in those three areas, you're going to get 85% of the people out there. Other areas to consider are equipment financing. I have a great guy on my podcast that this is all he does. He goes to medical salespeople. He finances medical equipment. He gets them to refer all the customers, and he's built a multi-seven-figure business just doing equipment financing and getting his leads from people that sell medical equipment. So equipment financing is great. Commercial real estate financing is great. More than likely, your specialty is going to lie in one of those five areas. And that's what you probably want to look at the most: commercial real estate financing, revenue lending, SBA loans, credit card stacking, equipment financing. More than likely, those are going to be one of the five that you're going to want to focus on in the specialty side of figuring out the type of funding that you want to offer. Next, you want to get training. Now, again, there's a couple ways to do it. You can scan here and learn more about our partner program. Our partner program has everything you need. Like, our partner program teaches you funding, gives you funding program cheat sheets, gives you marketing flyers of funding products, videos that promote it, sales funnel that does the selling for you. Everything you would need ready to deploy is part of our partner program. But even if you're not getting our partner program, what you want to consider doing is, where are you going to get the training? Now, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Credit Suite, we've got entire playlists just for every kind of funding product you're going to deal with, and a lot of stuff with Loan Broker. We've got multiple 90-minute training sessions where we teach you everything about becoming a loan broker. You can also email us. I'm only going to say this once, so you probably want to do it in case somebody doesn't put this in chat. info@creditsuite.com. And if you go to info@creditsuite.com and say, hey, I want access to that, your last Loan Broker Challenge, then we could even get you access to the recordings of the Loan Broker Challenge. I think they're like $95 or something like that for all the recordings. Okay. Or keep an eye out in January. That's when we do our next Loan Broker Challenge. We introduce you to the lenders. We teach you how to get deals, close deals, process deals, get customers through marketing, set up your website, your marketing. It's all free. The challenge is 100% free. So you can either buy the recordings of our past challenge for less than $100 or just attend to one in January, which is free. Either way, those are great and the best resources out there for training. Look, we're the biggest in the space of educating and teaching and putting people in the space of loan brokers. There was one other company around that was around longer than we are. Unfortunately, they're currently in bankruptcy, and their event is currently in bankruptcy. Otherwise, I guide you there because they were always phenomenal sources of information, although expensive. So now, if you look in those kind of places with our challenge YouTube channel, that'll give you a lot of the training that you need for free on becoming a loan broker. Next, you want to partner with a lender. Now that we know our specialty, now that we have a general idea of the steps we want to take, the next thing we want to do is find at least 1 to 3 lenders in that space. So if I'm working with SBA, I'm going to go out and start doing some research to find the best lenders. Now, where can you go to do this? Well, you can go to groups. There's a lot of Facebook groups out there specifically for people in the loan broker space. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing that you can do is you can go to multiple different forums that are out there. If you just type in business loan broker forum in Google, you'll find multiple loan broker forums out there. And if this is something you're interested in breaking into, hang out in the forums. Read what people are saying. It'll send you down all these rabbit holes, learning a lot about the actual industry, helping you find the specialty of what you want to do. And then you'll also find people that say, hey, I have this scenario. Can you find me a lender? And they'll recommend lenders. So you're even able in these forums to start drilling down and narrow down the 1 to 3 lenders you may want to get in each one of those funding verticals that you're actually dealing with. And Humphrey's in the house from Dallas, Texas. Thanks for coming in. Raheem, what's up from California? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. Okay, so partner with the lender. Those forums can give you training. The forums can give you connections. The forums can give you access to masterminds and your peers as well. Okay, plus you're also able to find lenders in there. And don't forget, when I talk about your peers, if you are joining us in January for a challenge, or you email us info@creditsuite.com for our past loan broker challenge, we give you access to our loan broker community. And our loan broker community has about 4,000 members that are just talking to and helping each other become loan brokers and succeed. So having a forum, having a community like that one, or even again, going and looking at some of the Facebook communities out there as well. Look at Meetup in your area. You might find other loan brokers conversing there. Interestingly enough, this is an extremely lucrative field with very little to no competition. Here's what I mean by that. You tell me, think about this for a second. Have you ever run into all the people you run into with business owners? How many of them have you ever met who say that they are a business loan broker? Probably close to none. Outside of me doing what I do here, I've never run into a loan broker out in the world. So this is how rare it is. There's this massive demand, very lucrative for you to add on as a secondary income stream or primary, very little competition. It's why so many people become partners of ours to offer business credit financing, because when you look at that combination, it's just a really phenomenal opportunity to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and not have a lot of competition. So again, consider some of those things. That gives you an idea of where to find your lenders, where to set up networking. Next, you want to set up your business, right? And you can do that following our training on fundability. You can go to creditsuite.com/fundability. That gives you access to a 100% free mini course. Our mini course maps out how to set up your whole business, how to set up the phone number, the address, the entity structure, all of that. So then that way, that mini course for free will teach you this part of setting up the entire business. Then the next thing you want to do is go out there and start getting customers. How do you get customers? Well, whatever way you think works best. A lot of them, you might want to run ads on Facebook. You might want to run ads on Google. It's very cheap to test. You might want to do direct mail. It's more expensive to test. You might want to buy a list or start building a list and start emailing them through an email funnel. You want to put some things out on your own social media post to be able to see of your own network who may be interested. You may be wanting to start your own podcast and do that. You should definitely be going to networking events like Chamber of Commerce and BNI. Chamber of Commerce and BNI are great places to find other business owners that really need help with funding, and then you can solidify yourself there as an expert. Start being active in communities. Find Facebook and other communities and groups where people are looking for credit or looking for money. Be active in those groups. Be the person that's constantly offering help and be seen as a top contributor. That way you are seen as an authority and those people come to you. They immediately see you as the one that can solve the problem and they come to you. There's any number of different ways to market and advertise, but those are just some to kind of get you started with actually getting leads and customers in the door. And finally, you want to reflect and you want to reassess. So what I mean by that is that now if you look at these steps that we've taken, you've chosen a specialization, you've gotten your training, you've partnered with a lender, you've set up your business structure properly. And then next, you can also reflect and reassess, is what you're doing working? Meaning that now the question is that, are you happy with the industry you've chose? Are the people that you're actually marketing to the right kind of people that can actually that get funding in the funding type that you're offering? Now you can say, well, look, all these people have revenue. I did credit card stacking, which is based on credit. I need a product based on revenue. Now you can reassess and go find some revenue lenders to start offering them revenue. But remember what I said, if you only dealt with credit card stacking, revenue lending, and SBA, you'd account for 85% of the people to help get funding you're going to talk to. You add equipment and commercial real estate into it, you're well over 90% of anybody you talk to is going to want one of those products. So that gives you the exact steps to succeed. Now, if you want a faster, easier path, then I will show you a little of what we have just so you can see what to look for when you're out there looking for solutions. So in our world, the very first thing that we do is give access to our clients to a back office, right? So we give access to a back office with a lot of partner resources that help our partners be successful offering business credit financing. Look, even if you're not a partner of ours, you don't want to be, that's fine. The reason I am showing you this is I want you to actually be able to see what you should be looking for, because this, in over a decade of helping people break into the space, here's what we found you're pretty much going to need. So the things that we give access to our partners are contracts and agreements, right? So you don't have to have contracts and agreements, but being able to have agreements, even affiliate agreements for people that want to refer you business makes a lot of sense. It's something you should really consider having. Okay, finance resources. If we look at what we give our partners, we're giving access to things like a funding program cheat sheet, right? And this is something where you want to create your own if you're not a partner, where you've got some kind of overview of what type of funding people can qualify for, right? So this gives an overview of the rates, the terms, the credit qualification, an idea of the type of funding out there. You're going to want to start making your own if you're not a partner, but having a resource like this that makes it easy for you to determine who can and can't qualify for funding is something you're really going to want as a loan broker. Now, the next thing that you're going to want access to is you're going to want access to marketing resources, right? And some of the most important marketing resources are things like this, ebooks. The reason the ebooks and guides are so important is because you're able to use them to go out and to be able to get people from places like Facebook. So we basically offer something like this on Facebook as an ad, give them a guide to opt in to be able to grab. Then as a result, they give us their first name, their last name, their email, their phone number, permission to email and call them. And now we know that anybody grabs this guide on 6 type of financing you can get right now, almost guaranteed anybody that's grabbing that guide wants financing right now, or they wouldn't be grabbing the guide, right? So it ultimately gives you the ability to come in and be able to have ebooks and guides that you can use as what are called lead magnets to attract people on places like Facebook and places like Google to get them to opt into your actual email funnel. Speaking of that, that's the next thing you're really going to need. Okay, is you're going to need here what's called an indoctrination sequence. You're also going to need what are ultimately called nurture sequences. You're going to need an email funnel to put them into. And these emails should basically solidify you as an expert at what you do. They should come in and say, hey, look, what's next? Here's how to get funding. Here's the type of funding that's available. So these kind of emails should be talking about business credit. They should be talking about lending. They should be talking about the 3 C's and how people can know what they qualify for. It should be introducing them to business credit. It should be introducing them to what it takes to actually qualify for funding. So again, these type of emails really become crucial, and building an email funnel to put leads into is important. And here's why. Somebody might not be ready for you right now. But then again, they may turn around and they may want what you have a month down the road. Okay, the biggest mistake I've ever made in my business career is that when I owned a mortgage company, I never put all my leads into an email sequence. I never did. I didn't know anything about funnels then. It's why I teach it now, because I didn't know, and it cost me millions. And the reason for that is that if you take every lead and put into a database and you keep valuable information coming to them, then your engaged list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you have hundreds of thousands of people on your email list. And when you send out something that says, hey, who's interested in getting a loan right now? Like 500 people respond. You never have a shortage of leads because, again, you're nurturing these people. That's all done through an email funnel. It all starts with content like this. So you're going to want to come in and you're going to want to make sure that you create some kind of email funnel that educates them. So then that way leads that come from Facebook and Google and network marketing, you can put them into. You're going to want marketing flyers. If you're out there doing at network events, then you're really going to want professionally done marketing flyers that you can hand out, at those events, that you can hand out with link to other prospects that you run into out and about. So these flyers give them an idea of what you can do. So then it has your contact information. Ours don't, because they're customizable for our partners, right? So our partners are using Canva and they're making these flyers their own. But you get the idea. Yours should have all your contact details here. So then that way, anybody that is interested in business credit or financing is getting your flyers, seeing your flyers, and then able to contact you, maybe even give it to their friends and family. So then they're giving you a lot of referrals as well. You're also going to want to do education like I'm doing right now. And so you probably want us to have together some presentations. So we have a lot of idea like this, what lenders look at to approve you for financing. Well, this helps us do webinars. It helps us do live streams. It helps us do challenges where we can use these kind of slide decks, and our partners can use these kind of slide decks to basically be able to come in and basically attract customers, right? Because what happens now is now you become an expert in your space. Now you become an authority. Now they see you as the guy that knows or gal that knows what's going on. So then as a result of that, they're going to come to you when they need money because they see you as the authority because you're the one out there teaching and educating in the space, right? So having PowerPoints and having these kind of presentation decks help a lot because, again, that solidifies you even further as an expert in the space. You also should know how to sell, right? You should have social media posts together as well. Okay, social media posts are posts you could put on social media to attract new potential customers. You should, of course, have lots of videos that you're doing as reels, that you're doing as things on your YouTube channel, that you're putting out on any place that you can put content. And this content talks about funding, right? So if I come here, for example, these are all funding specific videos, right? Credit line hybrid, SBA, 401k financing, securities financing. So these are basically videos on each one of those type of products. So then that way, again, it solidifies our partners as experts using these kind of whiteboard videos, for example. It doesn't have to be whiteboard videos. It could be a lot of other different kind of videos, but you get the idea. By using these kind of videos, then it becomes very useful for you to put these on your social media channels. They attract a lot of attention. And as a result of that, you solidify yourself as an expert, and they are actually coming to you to get what they need. So you're going to want videos. These help tremendously on the marketing resources side. You're also going to need to put together a website. So here's the website that we give to our partners, for example, that looks professional, that talks about business credit, that talks about financing, that introduces all the different types, that has an opt-in guide where they can give you their information in exchange, right? We talked about these guides. So our partner Profit Lifter builds these websites, builds the landing pages, builds all of this for our partners. So again, this is all built. So our partners can just basically turn it on and deploy it. But you're going to want your own website. You're going to want your own landing pages. And the website should talk about business credit. It should be talking about business loans as well. So when we talk about resources, this gives you an idea of the type of resources as a loan broker that you're going to want to have access to. Now, that simply is not enough. Another thing that we've talked about, and by the way, since I'm already here, this is our Business Loan Broker Challenge, the last time right here. So this is one of our last Business Loan Broker Challenges. And this is what I'm saying is that you can email us info@creditsuite.com. I don't even know how to get you this thing, and they can figure it out from there. Or you can come to our next challenge, which is 100% free, our future one in January. But this actually has everything to do with teaching you how to become a loan broker. So again, this is nice to have because it's 100% free training if you get the live one in January, or come back and be able to actually grab the paid one or for the recordings from the one we just did, but that'll give you some of that. Now, again, you should have a community. This is our community, right? So this is our loan broker community. There's about 4,000 people in it, and everybody in our community is all interested in offering business credit financing as a service. They're networking together. They're masterminding together. They're working together to be able to figure out problems, move deals back and forth between each other. So you should have access to a community as well. So these are some of the things that you can kind of be thinking about that you get as a loan broker. And obviously, if you're a Credit Suite and working with us to help you in this, You get access to all of this. We help you buy enrollments here. You help to manage everything as well. You're able to get access to actual training or get access to dashboards to track all of your customers, to track all of their details, how much funding they're getting, how many customers you have, how many of them are getting funding in a certain period of time. So our partners are getting access to all these dashboards to track everything to do with business funding as well. Now, one more thing you want to keep in mind. As a loan broker, the biggest problem you are going to have is that the majority of people you talk to will not qualify to buy your product or service. And by the way, I oftentimes say that this is really the biggest problem with most of what you sell, is that most people you talk to won't qualify to buy what you actually have. So another thing to consider is being able to sell this as a secondary service. This is called fundability. This is what a lot of our partners are selling. And fundability basically helps business owners understand what it takes to get approved. We're identifying why a business owner won't get approved and helping them fix it so we get more approvals. We're bringing somebody in and helping them through the step-by-step process to be able to build business credit. And the reason this is important is even if they can't get a loan or a credit line, they can still get business credit. So what's nice about fundability is that they're still able to get money for their business. Even if a normal loan broker can't help them, you can, because everybody can get business credit. Some people can't get loans. They can't get credit lines because they don't have the revenue or they don't have the credit or they don't have the cash or they don't have the collateral that's needed to qualify. But by building business credit, they're still able to come in and get all this kind of money. So you're still able to offer them a solution. Plus, in fundability, they're even able to get funding. So a lot of loan brokers use this because they may offer revenue lending and they say, hey, we don't want revenue lending to be offered. We do this, but they don't do all of these other kind of funding products. So fundability gives you the opportunity to offer every kind of funding product to the customer without getting licensed, without getting the training, without getting all the lenders. It's all done for you. And then a lot of the time, our partners are making upwards of 40% on the funding, and then all the work is done for them. So it's also an alternative for you is to be able to come in if you are interested and basically be able to come in and become a Credit Suite partner. And then as a result of that, you're getting all the marketing, all the training. And here's an example of training is that when you look at our resource, our weekly trainings, this is the only time I do a private training behind the scenes. I've done it for over 10 years. You probably don't know that if you're not a partner because you don't see these. But I've done over 500 hours worth of training teaching our partners how to sell business credit and financing. We create GPTs for them. So here's talking about GPTs. We have GPTs that help them decide the industry NAICS code somebody's in, or can somebody get, what can they use business credit for, financing. And you can come in. If you want to do Facebook ads, you just simply search Facebook ads here. And then by searching Facebook, I'm all of a sudden looking at specialized training on how to create my first Facebook Messenger, how to do Facebook and Google ads, how to start an engaged Facebook group, for example. So we have training. Let's say I want to go to a networking event and I want to get, let's say I want to get affiliates, right? Then you just come in and type in whatever the training is and how to build an affiliate program, how to find affiliates. So everything to do with any kind of training that you want is here. Plus, you'll also get the certification. And the funding certification basically is every single thing you would need to know to offer business credit and financing as a service. So if you look at this is understanding the cash flow access problem, financial checkmate people put themselves into, everything involved with funding, right? It comes in and talks about business credit, talks about finance advisors, talks about everything to do with getting loans, getting business credit, the benefits of each. I won't walk you through the entire certification, but you get the idea. This is the only certification in the industry that's designed to help you understand everything about business credit and financing you need to understand. So I think you get the idea. If you put it together, you're getting access to all the marketing resources, the training resources, the landing pages, the website, the emails, the email funnels, a back office to manage your customers, dashboards to be able to see at any given time where your customers are, to be able to see how much funding they're getting. You're able to get everything you need to market those customers, all the training on how to market, how to sell, the funding products you need, funding program cheat sheets. You get an entire support team to help you through the process of being a successful loan broker. To date, we've helped about 10,000 break into the space and actually succeed. And as a partner, you get access to your own fundability system for your business. You get access to a demo fundability system to show and offer to customers as well. And for every one of these sales you make, depending on what you sell it for, you're making about $2,200 to $3,000 in profit on every sale you make. Then you get back-end commissions on funding on top of that. So even if you're doing this as a primary or secondary service, I think you get the idea of how lucrative it can be. Okay, a lot of our partners are loan brokers. They're in the financial services space. They're accountants, they're attorneys, they're business coaches, they're credit repair companies. And what they're doing is through fundability, they're just adding it on as a secondary service. They're saying, hey, I helped you with credit repair. Do you need business credit? The person says yes. They demo the fundability system. The customer says, that's awesome, I want it. And now all of a sudden they took a credit repair customer they make $800 on, and now they're making an extra $3,000 by selling them fundability. So what fundability was designed to do was give you a turnkey system that helps somebody improve their fundability, build their business credit, and get financing all in one software program where they get coaches as well. That way you have only one product to sell that you can make $2,000 to $3,000 in profit. How much you make depends on how much you sell it for. You determine that. Okay. And you don't have to know all this stuff. You don't have to go through and go anywhere else to get training. You've got a support team. You got all the training. You don't have to get licensing. You don't have to find lenders. We've already done that. We've got access to over 1,000 lenders in our network. So all of that is already done. So you have something turnkey to sell, or you can still go in and sell the financing like you want to. Maybe you have your specialty product of just doing business revenue, and then we do everything else. So that way you still make money on the product you want to make money on, but you still have fundability to sell for every other circumstance where you can bring these people in for funding to get money on these other funding programs you don't handle, and even to be able to make money on business credit as well. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can go to creditsuite.com, and on our main website, you'll learn a lot about our funding program. I'll show you right now. You're able to come right here, and you can easily come over to partners, and you're able to see pricing. You're able to actually just click on partners to learn a lot more about the actual partner program, take a walk through the benefits, and learn everything that you want to learn about being a partner. It's right here on our main system. You can even see demos, or our main website. You can even see demos of the fundability system, things like that as well. So that being said, the reason I want to share that with you is because I have found that even if you're not a partner, even if you don't want to work at Credit Suite to be a partner, by seeing what we give our partners, you have an idea of what to look for, even if you decide not to be a partner with us. So even if you're going out on your own, now you have an idea of the steps, right? You want to be able to come in. You want to be able to get the training. You want to be able to find your specialty. You want to be able to come in and find the lenders. You want to set up your business the right way. And then you want to reflect and assess your strategy to make sure that you're on the right path to actually be successful. And again, do not forget that if you're interested, get with Credit Suite. I'll pull this up again because we actually can help you. We're the biggest in the space of helping you become a business loan broker. And as you've already seen, you get a back office, you get the tracking, you get all the marketing resources, email funnel, press releases, articles, free reports, guides. You're getting contracts and agreements. You're getting the website, the landing pages. You're getting the email funnel. You can even, with our Profit Lifter system, get it built out. It's all ready. You just turn it on and start putting leads in. The funnels are built. The automation is built. All of that can actually be done for you. You're getting a back office to add customers, to manage customers, to see the results, to see the dashboards that they're getting. You're getting training on every topic related to a loan broker and live training every week. You're getting access to our community to work with thousands and thousands of others out there that are loan brokers to be able to work with them. You're getting full access to a support team and an assigned account executive that's all they do is sell business credit and lending. And then they are there to help you do what they've already been successful doing. So if we can help you along the way, you can scan this QR code right here. You can also go to our website and click on the partner tab to be able to learn more. So hopefully that helps you out. Let me see if there's any comments that I missed, because I know some things were coming in here that I didn't get a chance to say. Hey, I have a home with 100% equity in my home. How can I create my own bank or finance? Is it HELOC or are there better solutions? So creator of the Boundless Universe, my apology for the delay. I got a little carried away on teaching. Look, there's a couple ways you can do it, right? Depending on what you want the money to actually become. When you talk about creating your own bank, what a lot of people are doing in that case is they're taking the money out of your home, for example, putting it into a whole life insurance policy, then you can borrow against that whole life insurance policy and it's still in the whole life policy helping you there. Then you're able to use that money for other reasons. You could do that. You can also get a home equity line of credit where you're able to use that. The key is to be able to use the money and put it out there to make you more than it's actually costing you. So hopefully that helps you there. And Doc Motivate, smash the like button if this live brings you value. I appreciate that. Thanks, Doc Motivate. You're always motivating me and motivating everybody else. And I really appreciate you coming into our streams. Quentin's in from YouTube. It's always good to show what you did for yourself, as in having a great credit, having high lines of credit as well. Quentin makes a great point. Quentin says, hey, look, one of the best things I found is to teach other people what worked for me. And I agree with that. When I got into the space of offering business credit financing, business credit changed my life. It helped me go from bankruptcy of where I was when my mortgage company failed during the mortgage crisis to build this successful 7-figure business in the consumer credit space. And I was able to teach and show how business credit financing helped me. And that helped the people I was talking to understand that I kind of practice what I preach. And it made them more inclined to work with me. So great point, Quentin. I absolutely love that. LaPorte, Texas in the house. Lavetta, thanks for coming in and saying hi. And Doc Motivate says, right on. That's what I do. I appreciate you, Doc Motivate. Thanks for coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Don't forget, if you're interested in just learning more about becoming a business loan broker, you can scan the QR code. You can also email us info@creditsuite.com, and we can get you access to our past challenge where we went through every single thing you need to know. We introduced lenders, the lenders that you need. Everything is in one challenge. It's $95 for the recordings. Or just hold on. In January, we do another one that's 100% free. In December, we'll start advertising that. You can come to that challenge as well. Did you get value from this training? If so, do what Doc Motivate said. Smash the like button and make sure you subscribe. And then keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business and more ways you can offer business credit financing